Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to the brand new show that we will be doing on the Black Hole Fire Network, the media of the 21st century.
Yeah, man.
The show will be called The Sports Arena. We'll be talking about all types of sports, even American sports. What do you know about American sports? Yes, shallow as I am. But we will learn with you. We are going to learn so much about more and more international sports.
Banter them, discuss them.
I heard there's a sport called curling.
Curling.
Apparently, wanatupa sijui kanini hako.
Shout out to them colors.
I also saw Kenya beating Qatar. You know.
And we have a game tomorrow, but we're going to talk about that and a lot more.
A lot more. Brought to you by the one and only Kamlish.
The young black king. Dimore hapa hivi.
Don't get stressed. Don't get stressed. Have it easy. Have it easy. Okay? Today we will be talking about the mixed martial arts, UFC.
Mm-hmm.
We will be talking about the international break on football.
Mm-hmm.
We will be talking about
soccer for kids.
We will be talking about some tennis,
American football,
some American football, as we get to hear some of Keith's inputs while he was trying to explain to me what American football is and how big it is.
I was actually discussing with him on Saturday about how they call NBA World Championship.
For what?
For World Champions for what?
Which world champions have they played?
And they were beaten by Germany, by the way.
On
NBA.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, Germany thrashed them thoroughly.
Wait.
The world champions.
The world champions were beaten
by Germany.
By Germany. I saw that clip. They were celebrating. They were the ones in red, right?
Yeah.
They celebrated like it was like in your face. But you see, I feel like due to the pressure of the previous generations, the previous great generations that have happened in America and the NBA and basketball, they face the same conundrums that Brazil face in any international competition that they get into. There is so much pressure for them.
Everyone expects them to perform and everything.
Every tournament they get in, they are expected to win.
And then they also have overconfidence.
Yeah, and that's a recipe for disaster right there. When you put too much, and that's why you see them talking about this new generation of basketballers. There's so much pressure on these young kids to be so good that it ends up being detrimental to them.
It becomes a disaster.
You know, because how long has it been since Brazil won the World Cup?
2002.
You know?
Yeah.
And ever since 2002, every time.
And the funny thing is they've always had the best squads on paper, everything. The best coaches, the best squads. I mean, look at the last World Cup.
Okay.
We had Neymar. We had they literally had a group of superstars combined together. And who eliminated them? Morocco.
Yes.
They were beaten by Morocco.
They were beaten by Amrabat.
Not beaten, thrashed.
Thrashed.
They had the best squad.
We see Danny Harrison is in the building. He says, "Do you all play American football in Kenya?" No, we don't.
That's is it should we really call it football?
It is not football.
It's handball.
It is.
I mean, you're playing it with your hands.
That man called American football handball.
I mean, it's called a football because you are using
your hands.
Your foot.
But you know what I've always
football.
I feel like American football is rugby for people with too much money. You know, because what's up with the gear? Why you helmet, apparently protective chest, thigh pads,
die like a man.
Shin pads on rugby? It's a jersey. It's a jersey and a short.
Rugby is a car without airbags.
Nothing. It is you versus another human being.
But American football is a dope sport if you watch it. I actually like it.
I don't understand all the stop stats. You get what I mean?
Maybe
Like I need
maybe
free
because,
flowing
you know,
sport.
I don't even think it's played in Kenya or in Africa. It is not that popular. Maybe we
It's
should-
not.
It's not.
Mm.
Not
But-
many people understand it actually.
Yeah. But at the end of it,
NFL.
at the end of it, we'll have to talk about the NFL. We'll talk about college.
Everything.
We'll talk about college football. We'll talk about college basketball. All the conferences that y'all want to create in your in your country to feel that your sport is big. We will give you all the details of all that. And Danny Hyson says you've got to be a man to play American football. It's rough. It's like constantly running into a brick wall. That shit tears your body up after a while.
But that's true. I guess if you go to those life insurance companies that calculate whatever for
Mortality.
mortality. I mean, for a footballer, a soccer player and a football, an American football player, it's a risky game to play.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I would never.
You'd never
I would
find
never.
yourself playing for the Buccaneers.
I don't care whether I have the helmet.
You're not playing for the New York
Ah,
Jets.
no.
Under no circumstances.
You know, soccer, you are sure the only place you would get injured is maybe you can get you can break your leg.
Okay.
You are
Shout out to Luke Shaw.
yeah. Shout out to Luke Shaw, recovering well. Yeah, but for American football, man,
Yeah. And Danny Hyson goes on to say, I should know I've played baseball, football, track and field in high school and college. Wow. You must be really talented, Danny Hyson.
athletic.
Tell us, what are some of the perks, or how do you think baseball can be assimilated into
But
African sport?
But I also love how Americans are assimilating soccer. Let's call it soccer for the sake of them.
They have no option.
Yeah, they are assimilating soccer into. I mean,
I'ma call it
look,
football.
Yeah, look at MLS for example.
Mhm.
It's becoming competitive. I can see you watch a game, for example, the LA Galaxy game versus. You'll see the stadium full of Americans enjoying soccer.
Americans have been treated to the phenomenon that the world has been aware of for the last 15, 20 years. Okay? The phenomenon that is Lionel Messi.
The world GOAT, the greatest of
You
all
know,
time.
he's tearing it up in the MLS like he's not 35.
I love how they are embracing football. I love that aspect of.
The minute you get to watch Messi, you have no other option
But to love.
but to love
I mean,
football.
he's the best to ever play after Ronaldo, of course.
Of course. If you understand football, but Ronaldo
The
came out.
haters already hating.
Ronaldo came out the other day and said that just because you're a Ronaldo fan doesn't mean you should hate Messi.
Sure.
They've both defined football.
We can really enjoy both of them.
Yes, because this is a once in a lifetime affair. Because if you look at
The predecessors.
those that were before them and those that come after them, very few can lace their boots. Everyone is struggling to fit into their
We are
space
watching
right now.
Haaland, Mbappe. We will see.
I don't understand how Mbappe is put into the best in the world conversation,
He is.
yet he's never been on the finalists of the Ballon d'Or ever.
Don't talk about that rigged trophy when talking about football. That's an opinion-based award
Okay.
ceremony. Okay, so look at statistics. Tell me how many players you know who have scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final,
Well, very few.
or a player who has scored in a World Cup final at 19 and lifted the World Cup after scoring.
Pele.
Is Pele not great?
Well, just because you won the World Cup. So do you mean Ronaldo is not a great player?
Not just won,
Yeah.
contributed in the winning.
So does that mean just because Cristiano Ronaldo didn't win the World Cup, he's not a great player?
No, he has other achievements that he has
Every
achieved.
other achievement.
Yeah.
Every other achievement.
Same case to Mbappe. Mbappe has every other achievement except apart from maybe the Champions League.
And a reputable league cup.
He will get that.
No,
He will
even
get
a
that.
winning a reputable league.
He's getting there. That's
We
the
do
reason
not
he refuses.
consider the Farmers League a real league.
That's the reason he refused to sign a contract. We are talking about soccer and we are talking about Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe.
Yes.
This is a Frenchman. He's 23 years of age.
Yes.
And he's one of the best talents in the world. Don't talk about Ballon d'Or. If you want to know how rigged it is,
Okay.
Haaland might not win it this year.
Do you think he's the best
He
footballer in the
deserves
world
to
right
win.
now?
He deserves. I mean, who name?
Is he the best footballer?
He is. I
Or
want you
is
to
he the best?
name me any other player who moved into a new league.
That-
Moved the first thing, moved into a new league.
So let me ask you a question.
Second thing, won a treble
Okay.
and outscored everyone else in the league.
Okay.
He found Salah. He found
Yeah.
all the other soccer players
Okay.
in the EPL.
Okay.
Outscored all of them
Okay.
by more than 10 goals.
Okay.
This season alone, 6 goals.
So what I'm trying to say is, you can be a goal scorer but not a good footballer.
He's a striker. You don't expect him to defend.
I can give you good.
Judge a
I
fish
can- I
by
can-
how it swims in water.
I can give you footballers that were great strikers and good footballers at the same time. And I'll even start by going to his team. I can talk about Kun Aguero. Okay?
I get what you're saying.
I can come and talk about Andy Cole.
So
Okay? I can come talk about Wayne Rooney.
as a manager,
Okay?
you are the manager. You are a manager.
I will buy Haaland.
I
will buy Haaland.
You are managing Embakasi. What are you going to call your team? Embakasi Pirates.
Okay?
Yeah. So what do you want your number 9 to do? Entertain
Score goals.
or win you trebles?
Score goals.
Exactly.
Okay?
So you can't really judge Haaland for doing what he was bought to do.
Okay. So as we get
If
to
I wanted an entertainer, I would have gone for Diaz,
Diaz from where?
Liverpool. That's an entertainer.
Zero.
Theatrics, zero outcome.
Zero. Look, I want him. Let me not.
Drama.
Let me talk.
Dramatic
Let me not
boy.
talk smack about Liverpool as of now. So as of Friday, September 1st, we saw Tahiti win against Australia, 3-0. Sunday. It was on Friday, 1st September. We're going to the international.
All right. And for those who don't know where Tahiti is,
Yeah,
where is Tahiti?
somewhere. So Malaysia played Syria. The game ended on a draw of 2-2. Oman played Palestine. Although Palestine is not yet recognized as a country by international governing bodies, but Oman played Palestine and won 2-1. Malta played Gibraltar and won 1-0. We had Bangladesh playing Afghanistan. They came out on a 1-1 draw. Bahrain played Kuwait and Kuwait won 3-1.
Before you continue,
Okay.
there was a game between Bangladesh and Afghanistan. And this is one thing that I love about football and about sports.
Okay,
It's a uniting factor.
true.
There's a story of, was it Drogba?
Okay.
He once,
Cote d'Ivoire,
he once stopped a war,
a coup
coup
d'etat.
through football. So when you look at countries like Afghanistan and Bangladesh,
Mhm.
countries going through war
Yeah.
and a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
put that aside and unite
Mhm.
in a game of football, in a game of soccer,
Mhm.
then that's something that is beautiful to see, you know.
Mhm.
The same case when you look at the Olympics and you see people from all over the world.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. The
Mhm.
unity that
Mhm.
that these games bring is just beautiful to see.
Yeah.
So that's what hit me when you talked about Afghanistan, because when you hear of Afghanistan,
Yeah.
what comes to your mind is
War.
missile warheads.
War.
Yeah. But it's beautiful when you see they have a team and yeah. So on 4th September we had Guatemala
Okay.
playing Honduras.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it ended 0-0.
Mhm.
Then on Wednesday 6th September we saw Malaysia playing Syria.
Mhm.
It ended 2-2. And let me check other games. After that there was Macau versus a country called Bhutan.
Mhm.
Bhutan
Bhutan is apparently the happiest country
in the world.
in the world.
And they won
True happiness.
through happiness.
happiness. Qatar played Kenya, where Kenya won
Yes.
2-1.
Courtesy of
Oh,
Olunga.
Olunga. In the country he plays in, he beat them. And he was the top scorer in the Qatari League last season.
That's a Kenyan doing.
That is a Kenyan doing the most out there.
Olunga didn't even score, but he was the captain at least. That's why we are giving him a shout out.
Look,
Okumu scored.
Okumu,
Joseph Okumu.
shout out to you.
Yes.
Amos
Obiero.
Obiero and Okumu scored to give Kenya a 2-1 win over Qatar. Who scored for Qatar?
Qatar got their consolation from Hassan Al Haidous.
It's okay. We need
They
to
threw a penalty.
we need to recruit the training facilities.
Did you watch this game? You know, this game was interesting to watch because Qatar looked like they were the visiting team.
What?
Yeah,
Who-
there were like 30 something thousand Kenyans in the stadium.
Look. When you have a country that hosts 2/3 of expatriates, you and the people in that country are too rich and do not even bother about going to the stadiums to watch sport.
They're out there selling fuel.
Everything. Wanauza gas. You get what I mean? You'll have, and we have so many Kenyans in Qatar. I bet they were so happy to see
They
their
came
people.
out to sub. They were like 30,000 plus, and then they were paying 600 Kenyan shillings for the game. And the
Isn't that cheaper than watching games in Kenya?
Kenya it's 100 bob and 200 bob. Only we don't love our football.
Na-
That's
na-
it.
For the national team, it's
Yeah.
200 shillings.
Or for the national team, I'm not sure, but for the local KPL,
Mm-hmm.
VIP goes at 500 shillings.
VIP.
VIP.
Come
Literally, you
on,
sit
people.
next to a Babu na Mwamba.
Come on, people. Let's go
We just
support.
don't love our football enough.
As Kenyans, we should be out there supporting our own sports. Support the Kenya Premier
Partly,
League.
I blame the federation for a lot of things.
Okay?
One of them is, football used to be broadcasted on TV,
On KBC.
on KBC. But
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm gonna give this to Ababu na Mwamba because he has brought back football to TV,
Oh,
taking it back to Azam.
I thought you were saying you're going to give Ababu Namwamba Ziad. And but anyway, Iran
That's
played Bulgaria. Before we continue.
Before we go to that,
Yeah.
let's talk a little about Kenyan football
Okay.
because, of course, we have to start with our own football. And
True.
football is among the largest, the biggest games in Kenya.
Apart from athletics.
apart from athletics.
Okay.
Yeah. So I blame the federation for most of the failures. One of them being that, for advertisers to advertise in our leagues,
Mhm.
we have to be visible.
Yeah.
And for that, we need to be visible on. I mean, as an advertiser, if I'm gonna sponsor the league,
Mm-hmm.
I want people to see my product.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to see my product.
Mm-hmm.
So if football is not on TV, then we are not gonna get people coming in to sponsor our football.
Mhm.
Then the next thing that we need to work on is our grassroots football.
Okay.
But I'm happy that is working because if you look at teams that came from the NFL to the KPL,
Mhm.
teams like Muranga Seals, Shabana, they're doing very well.
Yeah.
And the NFL is actually supported more than
You see, when you say the NFL, they might
the
think.
NSL, not the NFL. The
Thank
NSL.
you.
Yeah, the NSL, the National Super League.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something that I always say that I think should be, it's a bit controversial, but I believe it's something that should happen in Kenyan football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we need to make football more regional,
Okay.
more tribal, if I'm to put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah,
We need.
tribal football.
I heard, not tribal like that.
I'm gonna put it like that. and
I'll
explain
put it.
why.
I'll put it like this. Let's create an inter-county league.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's create a national
Because
not league, inter-county tournament that runs consecutively with the Kenya Premier League, and we make it our FA Cup.
exactly.
Okay, you win this cup. Let's say you might even win 100 million. $1 million for
Kenya
you to
can
win.
comfortably do that.
Oh, we have government officials stealing money.
The reason I was saying we need to make it more regional.
Okay.
Let's keep tribal, although let's make it regional in a way. look at, for example, the EPL. It's one of the biggest leagues in the world, so you have to benchmark from it.
Yes.
If you look at Liverpool, all Scousers will support Liverpool,
To hell with the Scousers.
regardless of
No,
how
some
it
support
performs.
Everton.
You go to people living in, let's say,
You did not even acknowledge Everton.
Fuck Everton. You go to a place like Manchester, and all Mancoons will be supporting
Mancunians.
Manchester. Yeah, either
What do you mean Mancoons?
Mancunians, either
Yeah.
City or Manchester United. So
No,
imagine if we had regional football in Kenya.
Stop lying to people. There are no Manchester City
There are,
fans
there are.
in Manchester.
There are.
There are none.
They feel this. They are there in the stadium.
Those people are tourists.
So imagine if AFC, for example,
Mhm.
Muranga Seals,
Mhm.
Central Province was to embrace Muranga Seals as their own,
Yeah,
supporting.
Thika United.
Thika United was relegated. It's no longer.
They
United.
were so good back in the
But
day.
Muranga Seals is good.
Okay.
You should watch their game. It's
Mhm.
good. It's gonna finish in the top 3, I guess.
Mhm.
You'll see. So imagine Central Province was to embrace Muranga Seals.
Mhm.
Coast people can take, there's a team called the Rajani Gogo, there's not Bidco. What do you call it? Team, yeah, Bandari. They
Mhm.
can embrace Bandari.
Mhm.
We create that rivalry, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I think.
And we make it really affordable to travel to these games. You know, because if we had a good transportation network within this country, it would be so cheap to catch a train, okay, to go watch a game in Kisumu,
True.
okay, to go watch a game in Nanyuki, to go watch a game in Nyandarua. It will be so easy. But anyway, do better. And one of the ways I feel like the government can do better is to split it's sports and culture, two different things.
True.
We
But-
need to have a ministry of culture and a ministry of sport. Sport is big. Sport is an entire entity
So
by
is
itself.
culture, let it be.
Let it be.
Separate.
Our sports are not our culture. We have our culture.
It's even combined with youth now.
Exactly. Youth. What the hell? You know what I mean?
But you have to give it to the ministry. It has really done amazing. I don't know if you watched the Kenya secondary school games, and they were so amazing. There was the government has been trying on that. I think Ababuna Mwamba, even though he has a lot of issues here and there, he's trying.
Side plates.
He actually lifted our ban from FIFA and a lot of other things. Shout out to him.
Shout out to you, Ababuna Mwamba.
He's trying.
Yeah, we will try to get you to come to the studio to talk to us about sport, so that we can see where we're headed as a country. Norway played Jordan, of all countries, and beat them 6-0. Did Haaland score? He's Norwegian, right?
Did he really? He didn't.
He didn't score.
The people scored, people have never heard of some of them. People like, I know this one. People like Antonio Nusa, Christophe Ajer.
You can shine with that one.
Yeah, I know Nusa. Martin, Hugo Veltsen, and Christophe Ajer.
Okay.
Yeah, they scored, they beat them 6-0.
Austria also played Moldova. They drew 1-1. Wales played South Korea. They drew 0-0. And Myanmar played Nepal, drew 0-0. Also, we had Chinese Taipei playing the Philippines, a game that ended on a draw of 1-1. We also had Tajikistan playing Singapore, and Tajikistan won 2-0.
Shout out to Tajikistan.
I have never heard of Tajikistan. This is the first time, and shout out to you.
I've heard of it, but never known they play football.
Me too. This is the good thing about sport. Indonesia played Turkmenistan and won 2-0. Shout out to Turkmenistan for losing to Indonesia. Do better. You can do better. We didn't know that you were in this circuit of football, but you can do better. Don't lose to Indonesia.
Saudi Arabia was beaten by Costa Rica 3-1.
After investing all that, let's talk about the Saudi Arabian League for a minute.
This is a country that is, I was watching a video of
Or is it the Ronaldo effect?
No, it's a country that is investing strategically. I was watching a video of the Crown Prince,
Mhm.
and was talking about how in the next 10 years,
Yeah.
the Middle East will be the new Europe.
Okay.
It's a strategic plan.
So-
Look at us now talking about Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
They have made us talk about them.
Because how many players have gone to Saudi Arabia? Okay.
Because it's not even the teams that are buying the players. Like
The
the
Saudi-
countries buying the players and distributing them to teams.
What?
Nyinyi mnadai nani?
What?
See, it's the countries they want buy. And for somebody look at somebody like Neymar.
Okay.
He's being paid, I don't know how much he's being paid for every time he mentions Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Is he in Saudi Arabia or Qatar? One of the two.
He's in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, he's being paid for every time he mentions Saudi Arabia in his Instagram posts. Like
What do you
akisota anaweza tu mention Saudi Arabia and he gets paid.
So, with the Saudi transfer window now closed, Saudi Pro League clubs had spent a whopping 784.2 million euros in the transfer window. 784. They were the second highest spending league after the Premier League.
Man.
Okay, so these are the clubs and these are the players they bought.
Both for.
Al Ahly has signed Riyad Mahrez, Roberto Firmino
Riyad Mahrez
from Man City,
Firmino
from Liverpool, Edouard Mendy,
from Chelsea,
Alan Saint Maxim,
from Newcastle.
and Gabri Veiga. Okay, Al Ettifaq have signed Jordan Henderson,
From Liverpool.
Musa Dembele,
From where did he come from? Dembele.
Demari Gray,
From Everton.
yes, Jorginho Wijnaldum, and Jack Henry. Al Hilal have signed Ruben Neves,
From Wolves.
Alexandra Mitrovic,
From Fulham.
Neymar,
From PSG.
Sergei Milinkovic Savic,
SMS. This guy is called SMS.
SMS.
literally.
Yes, you remember when we were linked to
Every
SMS?
window.
Every
I
window.
didn't even think he's a real person. Man.
And they've also signed Malcolm.
Uh-huh.
Malcolm was playing in Russia, right? Or was it France? I think it was Russia.
Mhm.
Al Ittihad have signed N'Golo Kante
From Chelsea. That's
For-
one of the best defensive midfielders.
of the last
Whoever
10 years.
graced the Premier League.
Of the last 10 years.
The last
even,
10 years.
even the greatest in the world, the greatest CDM, one of in the last 10 years. If not the greatest in the last 10 years in the Premier League.
Shout out to that Frenchman.
And so humble. Okay. They've signed Fabinho as well.
From Liverpool.
Liverpool, Karim Benzema,
Hey, they even took the Ballon d'Or
winner, and Jota.
from
No,
Liverpool.
not that one.
Oh. I saw Jota play the other day. I'm wondering
When?
when.
How?
And they wanted Salah, and they had offered a hefty contract.
150 million to
and trust you
Liverpool.
me, he will go next summer.
Of course. Of course. And then Al Nasser have signed CR7. If you don't
Cristiano
know,
Ronaldo.
if you don't know who that is when I say CR7, that is Cristiano Ronaldo. They've signed Sadio Mane. They've signed
from Bayern,
Bayern, Alex Telles
from Sevilla, Manu,
from Manchester
United,
United, Laporte,
from City, Manchester City,
Marcelo Brozovic.
from I don't remember where.
I think it's not. No, it's not that Brozovic, right? It's not Inter Milan.
I'm not sure.
And then they've also signed Seko Fofana.
Fofana, which Fofana? The
Seko Fofana. And Al Shabaab, not as we say
the
Al
Somali
Shabaab,
one.
we are not talking about the terrorist group. Okay, there is a football club in the Saudi Pro League that is called Al Shabaab. They've signed Yannick Carrasco. This is the lowest spending team so far. They've signed the least players. They've signed Yannick Carrasco and Eva Benega. You know, for a whopping 784 million
Man.
euros. The highest spending is 302.1 million by Al Hilal. It is the highest spending club in the world this summer.
And they're gonna make their football better than League One.
Okay?
It already is.
Better than League One.
It is. If you are to look at the quality of players, if you are to take a team like Al Nassr and play it against a team like, let's say, Lens,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think would be the outcome?
Somebody's about to get traumatized if I answer that. Going back to the comments real quick, Danny Hyson says, I'd like to give a shout out to Deion Sanders. He got the Colorado Buffaloes right. I didn't expect him to have that much success this early. Deion Sanders is the manager of the Colorado Buffaloes. I think so. Let me check it real quick. Yeah, the Colorado Buffaloes. They had a game this weekend, and they won. He won his first home game in a sold-out stadium against the Cornhuskers. Colorado hated all rivals. You will forgive us. We are learning as we talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay? We've researched a few things, but we are learning.
We are going to
as we
learn
talk
about the
it.
NFL and
His quarterback is also his son.
maybe.
You know, he had a direct confrontation with Matt Rule. I don't know if that's how you pronounce the Nebraska coach, who managed to offend him at times this year, including during pre-game warm-ups when he said he saw him standing on the Buffalo's logo at midfield. I didn't know that teams in the US use mind games too. You know, they should learn something from Mourinho. I am Jose Mourinho.
Intimidation.
Intimidation. Okay. So it's good to see. It's good to see that he's got the Colorado Buffaloes doing right. He also goes on to say, "I want to see what he does for the rest of the season because the Buffaloes have a rough schedule." We will get into that more and more, but you will have to forgive us for not being as informed as we should be. But we are learning. This is a learning curve, and we will get better with it
Yeah,
as you teach us.
We are going to look at their fixtures later in the game.
Okay.
I can see they're going to play Arizona State
Okay.
soon. Yeah, we're going to look at their fixtures as later in the show.
So as we talk about games that were played on Saturday, China played Malaysia. They drew 1-1. Wow. With all that funding, China draws with Malaysia. South Africa played Namibia. They drew 0-0. And Japan beat Germany 4-1.
And
That's how Hansi Flick lost his job from the German national team. What do you think?
what amazed me actually was how the diversity of most of these sports are changing, because you look at a country like Germany, it's traditionally known for football. It's among the best countries in terms of football, won the World Cup several times. And now they are getting beaten by Japan. Then you look at a country like the US, which is known for basketball, it's getting beaten by the Germany that was beaten by Japan. So a country that is known for football is now winning basketball games and getting beaten in football by countries that are known for war.
They say sport is the new war.
It might be.
So the USA played Uzbekistan and won 3-0. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for finally winning a game. You get embarrassed so much during the World Cup.
But they did try. They have some very good players, like the leads. They have this midfielder that Tyler Adams.
He's okay.
He's
look,
good.
look. If one of your star players is a country is playing for Leeds, you have not done enough. So the people that scored for the USA,
They have other good players like Pulisic. Pulisic is a good player.
Pulisic is an amazing player wasted by Chelsea. He wasted a lot of time on Chelsea. He should have left by the second year.
So the US is, considering they are not traditionally known for soccer, they're doing well. If you look at some of their players, look at a player like Balogun. He plays for Arsenal. Oh no, his Balogun is from England.
Yeah, no, I think he's switched.
To the US.
He's in the process of
Switching.
yes.
Yeah, the last time I checked, he was playing for England. Look at a player like Weston McKennie. He's a good player. He is.
Okay. Let's. You see.
He's
For
trying.
me. For me.
Dest.
Okay.
Sergio Dest.
Okay.
Timothy Weah.
Timothy Weah is an African man from Liberia.
Playing for the US.
His father is even
The president
of Liberia. Okay,
Shout out to
you can't
Timothy
tell
Weah.
me. You can't tell me Timothy Weah is American.
He's African.
He is. Your father is the president of an
American
African country. Why are you playing for America, man? But anyway, Timothy Weah scored on the 4th minute. Ricardo
He
Pepi.
did score.
Yes, Ricardo Pepi scored on the 90th plus 1 minute. And then Christian Pulisic scored a penalty into extra time on the 90 plus 5 stat.
That's a good
The,
player right there. And
the
I love
US
that.
had a possession of 65%. What do you
That's
have
right,
to say
that's
about
right,
that?
That's right.
13 shots and 6 on target.
I loved how during the World Cup, the old man, their old president, made a video to just psych them up. He literally talked to them on video call.
He was trying to pull. Have you ever watched American sports movies? When they have that moment of inspiration.
All American.
Okay? We are all American and we did not come this far to lose. He was trying to rally the troops.
Considering they were among the underdogs in the World Cup, they did well. The reason they were the underdogs,
No. At what stage of the World Cup did they exit the World Cup?
I guess the round of 16.
Makes sense.
Considering
Just
it's
makes it out of the group,
if
gets
if
booted
you are to
out.
walk in a random street in the United States and you ask someone to tell you one rule
Of football.
Yeah, I saw someone call a corner a penalty.
No, basically, we can't laugh at you all too much.
Yeah, because we also don't understand a lot about the
American
NFL
football.
and we are learning about it every day.
Exactly. As we accept Mr. Black on Fire onto the chat on TikTok, Mexico played Australia and drew 2-2.
Keith, your team did very well in soccer and we are proud of you guys. We love how you are starting to embrace soccer.
Man, nobody knows what the hell you guys even talk about with that stuff. Nobody in America knows soccer.
But your team won.
I know America had a team that was playing.
And it did well even the World Cup.
We don't even know. We didn't know there was a American soccer team that even played nowhere. This is good. Hey, has the NFL started today? Y'all got me back in sports. I stopped looking at sports 7 years ago because all the racism with that American flag. But
Yep.
you're right, Dan. Shout out to Deion Sanders. Ended up going to Colorado, trying to rebuild Colorado to a power. You know the cats in Mississippi are upset that he left, but forget him. Hey, he's got to move on to bigger, better things. This might be the end of Alabama too.
Okay.
Alabama, you can't keep black men on the slave plantation to get the best players in Alabama, keep them on the bench for 3 or 4 years and don't never play them. You say, and then not allow them to transfer. It was a new law passed that say when you go to a team and they don't play you, you can transfer to another college. So Alabama, your days are just being dominant in college sports. I mean college football. It's gotta come until then. You guys lost yesterday. I heard Nick Saban. I don't know why people are leaving. You know why they were leaving.
Why were they leaving, Keith? Why were they leaving? Okay.
I get all the best players in the country coming to one college,
Okay.
right? And I'm not playing you. You just sit on the bench for 2 or 3 years, just waiting your turn. You only got 4 years in college. You only got so much time to make an impression to see whether you can go to the pros. That's how it looks. College is really like a farming team for the pros, right? That's where you get to show your talent, so the pros want you or not. So a lot of careers have been damaged by great players sitting on the bench and never getting that exposure, ever getting in the game, just sitting on the bench. So the pros never knew what they were capable of doing.
Okay.
So their careers were damaged.
Okay.
That's why Alabama was constantly, dominant for the last. Shout out to my Florida State. Shout out to Florida State Seminoles. We back in power again. It's been a while because we fell out after 2013. It's been 10 years. So, but sadly enough, the Gators are no good. You guys know what Gatorade is, don't you?
Yeah, it's bad for your heart, sugar and everything. It's
Well, you guys watch football all over the world. They
Yep.
drink Gatorade.
Yep.
Ain't that funny? They drink that.
Not right. Now they're drinking Prime.
Well, okay. Well, most everybody was drinking Gatorade back in the day. That came from a college team called the Florida Gators. They had Gatorade because it was so hot that part of Florida. They named the drink after the Florida. That's our rival. That's our in-state rival. They're not in the top 25 Gators. What's going on with the Gators anyway? So I guess since Travis has got this sports thing, I'm gonna have to get back into sports and find out what's going on. Cause you guys know, I don't know. I ain't been looking at NBA basketball in 8-9 years. I don't know who's on none of the teams.
So
I don't know who's in on the teams of the professional football.
So as we check college football right now, the offensive lead, the offensive on all conferences, we have for passing, we have Shagger with 972 yards. These are the leaders on the passing end of the stats. We have Sanders from Colorado with 903 yards. Williams from USC with
Okay, USC.
Williams from USC with 878 yards.
All right. USC is University of Southern California. That's Los Angeles. Shout
Okay.
out to them.
Uh,
Dominant again. Go ahead.
we have Penix Jr. from Washington something with 859 yards. Let me.
It's either gonna be Washington State or
Yeah.
just Washington itself. Usually every college campus in America with the states, they usually have a Washington University and they also have like a Washington State University.
Okay.
So just like Florida, we got a Florida State, which I'm a fan of, which my son went to, or you have a Florida University like the Gators. So you have a Florida University and a Florida State University.
What's the difference?
So Washington.
He plays for the Washington Huskies. He's the quarterback.
Okay, Husky. So Washington, so that's just Washington. That's Washington University. It's
Okay.
not Washington State.
Yeah.
Washington State is I forgot what Washington State is. I forgot the thing, but that's Washington. My older sister went to Washington University. My older sister's a Washington Husky.
Okay.
Went to that college.
We have and the last one on this list is AJ Swan from he's done. Give me a minute. From Vancouver, I think, with 766 yards or some. Let me get this right. It says VAN. I don't know what that is.
Forget about the stats. Who won the games? Just go. You got the SEC, you got the ACC, you got the Big 10, you got the Big 12, you got.
And there's
Should I be conferences?
and as we are checking as Kamlesh is checking on that. As, yes, as Kamlesh is checking on that, we had some good news as Kenyans because our very own Ferdinand Omanyala won yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is after he was very disappointed at the World Championships. He has been he has failed severally. He has been defeated severally for the last.
You got the first thing you guys should do is read who's in the top 25. Say college football's top 25.
So
we see
on the ACC, on the ACC, we have the Syracuse Orange. Let me get this. Let me.
Yeah, so I was telling you, Ferdinand Omanyala won yesterday. As
I'm trying. Keith, give me a minute.
He's talking about the Orange Man. ACC is the Clemson Orange Man. That was talking about the ACC, Clemson Orange Man.
Let this load. I want to get the teams, the top 25 teams. I was looking at all conferences, but I want to go look at them. All conferences.
Yeah, let's do the top 25 first. Oh, you want to do by conference? Probably just do the top 25. Now, ACC, when you talk about the ACC, that's got my team, Florida State. That's got Clemson Orange. No, that's got the Syracuse. My fault. Syracuse Orange Man. The Clemson Tigers. I don't know who the fuck is in the ACC no more. Is that North Carolina and North Carolina State? So that means you have North Carolina Tar Heels and North Carolina State Wolfpack. You have Duke. You have Wake Forest. And I don't know who else is in the ACC shit. Wake Forest, Duke, North Carolina State, Florida State, Clemson, and Miami. I think Miami's finally joined the ACC. And Miami. Is that correct? I don't know. Gotta be close.
I'm not sure either.
Miami.
I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get rankings. The top Associated Press top 25 college football rankings.
Okay, cool. Okay, see, Bam, it's always gonna be two. You got the top, you got the Associated Press, and you got another one. So sometimes they might vary who they think is the best in the country. You got the top Associated Press, and you got what's that one called?
Yeah. So
ESPN's top 25. So it's always gonna vary.
so on the we have Georgia with first, Michigan, Florida State, Texas, Southern California, Ohio State, Penn State, Washington, Notre Dame, Alabama, Tennessee, Utah, Oregon, LSU, Kansas State, Oregon State, Ole Miss. What the hell is Ole Miss? Colorado, Oklahoma.
Ole Miss is Mississippi.
Okay.
That's their nickname. That's Mississippi University. That's their nickname, Ole Miss.
Okay, Ole Miss at number 17, Colorado at number 18. We have Oklahoma at number 19.
Deion Sanders has Colorado at number 18.
God damn.
Damn, they usually suck. They're not even the top 100. They got that motherfucker 18. Deion Sanders. Hey.
Doing a good job right there.
One of them looking at TikTok and people going crazy. You know, Deion Sanders and Colorado. Them cats in the top 25.
Man,
That's amazing.
amazing. We have Oklahoma at number 19. At number 20, we have North Carolina. Number 21, we have Duke. At number 22, we have Miami. 23, we have Washington State. 24, UCLA. And 25, we have Iowa. If you want the points, we can give you the points with the record and everything. But
I'm surprised you got Oklahoma that low. Oklahoma's usually always in the top 10. That's a dominant school. I'm surprised you got surprised UCLA's even up in there. They use a basketball power, not usually a football power. So they're in the top 25. You got US, because those are the two Los Angeles schools in Southern California, University of Los Angeles, University of California, LA, and the University of Southern California. They're both in Los Angeles. Oh yeah, that top 25 is surprising. I don't see nothing. Where's Florida at? Florida ain't in the top 25. Wow, the Gators ain't in the top 25. Somebody's getting fired. Somebody's getting fired. Somebody's getting fired at the University of Florida. Florida's not in the top 25.
No,
Yeah.
Florida State is number 3. Florida State.
Couple years ago, we weren't even in the top 25. Clemson was killing our ass. I remember my Florida State year. Hey, kid, you might want to take that shit off. Y'all not even in the top 25.
Damn.
I know. Yeah, because
Florida Gators.
our head coach left Florida State and went to Texas A&M. He wanted more money, but they refused to give him more money. Understand these and I don't know if DeMarais and Campbell know these college coaches.
Mhm.
A lot of them make more than pro coaches. They make millions of dollars. These college
Really?
coaches make millions. Put us up. Let me see. Put us up, Campbell. Say how much does Nick N-I-C-K Saban S-A-B? Let's say it's S-A-B-N.
How about we check the highest paid American college football coaches?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. I think Nick Saban probably had 20 million a year, some shit.
What?
Like, call it.
I'ma compare. We are gonna compare that with soccer.
On American college.
Oh, it's American college.
Yeah, this is
Alright.
college football where people are earning $20 million a year. Highest paid.
And the kids are not getting no money tomorrow.
Why not?
Against the law for them to get paid.
But they put their bodies on the line. Why aren't they getting paid, Key? They put their bodies on the line.
I know. I agree with you. A lot of them get destroyed about it, but they can't even make it to pro because it's college. It's called collegiate sport, and they're not supposed to get paid. This
The
is
highest-
college.
The highest paid is Nick Saban
It's unfair.
of the University of Alabama.
It's unfair, Cam. These guys are putting their bodies on the line. A lot of them don't make it in the NFL because their bodies are destroyed and they don't get paid. They say you're getting a college education,
Mhm.
Campus. They give them a free college education.
What you mean?
Why you generate billions of dollars for that college? Billions. That's why you can pay these college coaches millions of dollars.
So we have Nick Saban at number 1 with $10.98 million per year.
At number 2, we have Dabo Swinney. He is from Clemson University, earning $10.54 million per year.
What? And number 3,
What college is that, DeMarais?
Clemson University.
Okay.
Yeah.
and number 3, we have Kirby Smart from the University of Georgia taking home $10.23 million a year.
At number 4, we have Brian Kelly from Louisiana State University, getting a salary, a compensation of $9.81 million. That's from
Now remember, Canvas, you're a player. You're not getting paid a goddamn thing.
man. I would be so mad.
Am I allowed to have endorsements?
No.
Then I'm not playing. Look,
Tell Brian Kelly to play then.
tell this coach to get in there and get hit. Tell him to do that. Tell him to go put his body on the line for Brian Kelly is on. And then number 5, we have Mel Tucker from the Michigan State University taking home $9.56 million while his entire
Mel
team
Tucker on the
is
pitch.
not getting paid. Come
Put
on,
Mel
people.
Tucker on the pitch.
These universities can do better, should do better.
Gamblers, you're getting a college education.
What do you mean a college education?
Nah, just pay me. I'll pay my own fees.
So,
Give me my salary, man.
so we have had cases of American football players suffering from, what is it called? When their brain goes,
Their brains fucked up.
yeah,
Yeah,
you see.
brains fucked
So
up.
I get a college education. I get a brain disease that is probably going to drive me crazy.
Brain damage.
I work paying taxes for a few years while working probably some shitty ass job that I got sitting in a cubicle. Have you ever seen American football players? These people are huge. You can't put all that muscle in a cubicle. You expect me to sit in a cubicle with all that muscle that I've built for 4 years while playing college ball and expect me to be happy about it. I'm gonna go crazy.
And the funny thing is, if you look at a team like Georgia,
Okay.
the total team revenue is $155. Of course, it's million.
Okay.
$1.155 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's the total revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Minus the you can minus the salary for the manager. That is $10 million. So they still remain with at least $145 million.
So
from the revenue.
funny stats, yeah? Since the 1800s, football has by far been the top earning college sport. On average, a university will bring in more revenue from football than it will from the next 35 most profitable sports combined. The universities with the highest paid coaches in college football collectively made over $543 million in the 2021-2022 season.
Just pay your players, man.
Even after factoring in the team expenses from equipment to recruitment efforts, coaches are still paid out in a big way. I mean, what? This is crazy. And you tell me, Keith, do you know we have 16-year-olds playing soccer professionally and getting paid crazy money?
Millions.
At 16.
Yeah.
The boy from Barcelona, the Spaniard.
Yeah.
Okay, I bet he's on something like 100,000 euros per week. We can check. Yamal or something.
Yeah, man.
That boy
We then
is
had a-
16. He just made his debut for Spain.
A boy like there's a Kenyan boy called Aldin Kibet who got signed by Spain. I'm sure he's gonna be earning his millions.
Millions.
He's 14 or 15.
How old is Rashford? 25?
20, yeah, 25.
Keith, let me ask you a question. How much would you expect a world-class 25-year-old to be making in sport right now?
It depends on the sport. What sport are we talking about?
Of course, world football. Let me put it like that. Soccer. On soccer.
You guys are finally coming to your own. You guys soccer never made as much money as American sports, but it does now.
That man say, look, we have, you can convert this, right? We have Marcus Rashford.
Earning
Soccer player now.
500,000
I'm just soccer player now.
euros.
You guys
Marcus Rashford.
have the
And
infrastructure.
500
I would say, I
500
guess you guys can play a
per
good
week.
soccer player about at least a good 20 million a year, depending on the soccer player.
Okay, so let me put it like this. Marcus Rashford earns €500,000 per week.
I don't know what €500,000 is at $500,000.
Might be more. You get per week.
But is that your highest player?
No.
Nah, that's normal. Okay, players making 300 G's in football, that's normal.
Ronaldo earns something like $4.43 million a week. $4.43 million a week. That is a monthly salary of $18 million per month.
A year?
Per month.
And in addition to that, is given a free a house, a free jet, a private jet, and a lot of other things.
How much is he making a year? I don't know how many games you guys play in soccer. So how much is he making a year?
So
18 million per month. That is 18 million times 12.
It doesn't mean a month because he's not playing the whole year. So how many?
No, he doesn't. He
You are
doesn't.
paid whether or not you play.
You play,
Nobody
you
cares.
don't, you're getting paid.
Hold on, wait. You guys, they get paid off season?
Yeah.
Salary
All year.
What's the salary for the year?
216 million.
Who?
That is for Cristiano Ronaldo. That is one of the biggest soccer stars in the world. So that is the highest paid. He earns 216 million per year.
How
216 million.
For the Benjamin, I doubt that. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, and let me check the stats for the highest paid African soccer player.
Just wait. I want to.
That's a lie. That's an absolute lie.
No, it's not a lie. It's not a lie. No, it's not a lie.
I'm not going to justify that with a goddamn. But there's nobody paying no motherfucker run up down.
So
Kid, it's no lie.
No fucking
he's making 200 and what?
And 18 million.
200. So let me count it down for you. The highest paid player in the world is Neymar Jr. from Al Hilal on 240 million euros a year. Okay, 240 million.
I can agree with that, but not no fucking 400 million. I know that's a lie. I know that's a lie.
No. So let me give you facts. In the last, let me give you facts. In the last transfer window, we had. Oh, hey. In the last transfer window, we had Kylian Mbappe, one of the best youngsters in the world, get this type of offer from Saudi Arabia. They had offered his club to buy him for 300 million euros, and they had guaranteed him a salary, and they were going to give him a 1-year contract on a salary of 700 million euros. That was an offer on the table that he declined.
Kid can't believe that.
At number 2,
No. Those are facts.
Keith, you're not as audible as before. You're not as audible as before. Kindly do something about it.
Hey, pull this up. I know. Pull this up. Say, one of the most expensive sports, one of the top 10 most valuable sports franchises in the world. You see the price of.
So, Keith, we can't hear you. So at number 2 is Cristiano Ronaldo from Al Nassr with 214. At number 3 is Karim Benzema at 172 per year. At number 4 is Kylian Mbappe at PSG on 100 million a year. And at number 5, it's N'Golo Kante on 86 million a year. Number 6 is Lionel Messi at Inter Miami in the US on 42 million euros a year. We have Frankie de Jong at Barcelona in number 7 at 32 million euros per year. We have Oscar at Shanghai SIPG on 30 million a year at number 8. At number 9, we have Kalidou Koulibaly at Al Hilal making 30 million per year. And at number 10, we have Toni Kroos at Real Madrid getting 20.9 million
I'm
a
gonna
year.
bring it back. I'm gonna bring it closer to home. Let's
Okay.
look at Africa.
Okay,
You're gonna tell Kid the nationality of the player.
okay.
At number 5, have Thomas Partey.
He's Ghanaian,
This is a
plays for
Ghanaian who
Arsenal.
plays for Arsenal,
Mhm.
earning 200,000 euros. Is it euros
Yes,
per week?
200,000 euros per week.
Yeah, this is a boy from Ghana playing for Arsenal. At number 4, is Kid still in the chat?
Yes, but we can't. He's not as audible as before. Keith, can you hear this?
Yeah, at number 4 we have Mohamed Salah. He's another boy from Egypt. He plays for Liverpool, earning 350,000 euros per week. At number 3, let me finish with this. At number 3 we have Khalide Koulibaly.
Nobody blurred no $300,000 a week. You mean a year?
No, a week,
No.
Kid, a week. Do your research. Do a little research and you'll find out.
You guys are out of
Nah.
Check.
Kid, I want you to
Check
do
the-
some. I want you to do some research on this.
Your ticket sales are not $300,000. I can't pay one motherfucker all millions of dollars a week.
Kid.
Do some research.
No,
Keith.
Kid,
Do some
Kid,
research.
pull this out. Pull this out.
Do some research,
Your
Keith.
ticket sales,
Let-
ticket sales are not, no, you're lying.
No, we're not. Listen. So let's say,
Mwambie manini so unaweza kusala.
Just do this. Do this.
Uh-huh.
Wait, do this. Say, what are the top 10?
that, and that's what I was about to give you. Number one, we have the Dallas Cowboys. Okay.
So Dallas Cowboys, I knew Dallas was gonna still be number one franchise in the world. Not your goddamn goofy soccer. It's Dallas
Listen,
Cowboys.
listen.
American football team. It's a number one grossing football, sports franchise on the planet. Ain't nobody making no $300,000
Keith.
I'm just going. I think number two is Manchester United.
Now, number two is the New England Patriots.
Damn, dude, you still ain't got no soccer yet up there.
Let's, number
You need
three.
to do some research.
Number three is the Los Angeles Rams. Number four is the Washington Commanders. Number five is the New York Yankees. Number six is the New York Giants. Number seven is the New York Knicks, Chicago Bears, Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, New York Jets.
So let me explain something real quick to kids. Kids, you know the reason why football players and football earn more, soccer players earn more than football players is because soccer is kind of universal.
Global.
It's global. Nobody watches NFL. Nobody watches NFL outside the US.
You guys not understand business. We understand that your shit is global. I
No,
agree with that.
no, you got kids. Just a minute. You got to understand that nobody watches the NFL outside the USA.
We know that. That's
So-
what I'm not saying.
so nobody's-
I'm talking about the value.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about that. You gotta get paid
yeah.
off your ticket sales and what you're producing coming in. You're not playing these many games to produce the income you're talking about. That's what I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck if it's around the world. I agree with you guys. You guys, goofy shit is around the world. I'm not disagreeing with that. I agree. It's more popular around the world.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But it's gotta make sense to your ticket sales.
So
I'm
so
not paying no thing.
so kids, let me read you a stat. Let me read you a stat here.
Your stadiums only sit maybe what 80,000, maybe 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Okay, 100,000 people. Ticket sales are what?
Le-
$10, $20 a seat.
No. A single ticket to watch Manchester is 120 pounds. That is how much?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, 120 pounds to watch a single game.
Is that all?
For you, yeah.
Is that all seats? Is that all seats? Or they just because some can be the cheap, some seats got different costs. You know, part of the
Then the seasons
Okay, is that like,
seasons tickets go from £1,000 plus. That's for a season, a single seat.
I got you.
A single seat goes for 2,000 plus pounds in certain stadiums. But as we come to a conclusion of today's show,
And kids, just as the show comes to an end, I want you to just go Google the numbers and pull up the numbers, and you'll see how much soccer players earn. Yeah, just pull them out. Yeah.
I know nobody making no $300,000. Sitting on some $300,000 no fucking week.
That's not even in the top 20 highest paid.
Unless they the top player might be making that.
Nah,
Goofy motherfucker talking about some 60-year-old kids.
we have
That might be a
we
year.
have a Kenyan player earning about 125,000 per week. Olunga.
Say what now?
We have a Kenyan player earning about 125,000 per week. His name is Michael Olunga.
playing in Qatar. But
I'm not talking about the merch. I know the merchandising, but they don't split that with the goddamn players. They don't split the TV ads and the merchandise that goes to the team. They don't split that with the players. I know that.
so
I know that.
So as we wind up,
No merchandise, there was no damn.
so as we wind up,
Kid can't believe it.
as we wind up, we have Danny Hyson saying
How many games do they play? You got too many games they play a year.
about 60. Because if you look
64.
64 games a year. So if you look at Europe, you will play your domestic league. You'll have 2 domestic cups,
Yeah, 2 domestic
2
cups,
domestic cups,
1 international,
and
Champions
one,
League.
yeah, the Champions League, which is the Continental Cups. So you'll be playing for 4 cups, and then there's the Super Cup, and there's the
And you
Community Shield.
And you still play for your country, and you are
And you-
paid by your country.
Yes,
So
you
things
still
like
have
that.
to play for your country. You play 64 games in a calendar year,
Plus
and
internationals.
plus internationals. You get. So as we come to a conclusion, Danny Hyson is asking,
That's like two games a week then.
3 we,
Three.
on a good week, they play 3 games a week. When the season is fully ongoing, it's 3 games a week, because you'll have international breaks like this from last weekend and this weekend, this weekend, and the next few days.
And kids, there's a reason. If you look at the world's wealthiest athletes, you'll see Cristiano Ronaldo above LeBron James. And the first one is Tiger Woods, and then the second one is Cristiano Ronaldo. There's a reason for that. There's a reason there's no NFL star in
the
the
highest
top.
paid
If you look at the
athletes.
world wealthiest athletes, it's Tiger Woods, then Cristiano Ronaldo, then LeBron, then Michael Jordan.
Cristiano Ronaldo is on. What?
Yeah.
That young man.
Actually, topping the list is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Just a correction. Among the rich, Cristiano Ronaldo is the wealthiest athlete in the world.
Well, you can't say about Michael Jordan. He lost half his fortune because he's a fucking moron.
If I look at,
So the producer.
His fortune, he lost half his fortune to somebody white who scammed his dumb black ass. There's no way some soccer player is making more money than a motherfucker who has the Jordan brand.
but he's the wealthiest athlete in the world, Keith. That is a statistic.
Man.
That's a stat. He's the
You-
richest.
You do not understand the amount of influence that
Do you know
is-
his net worth? Just feed him Ronaldo's net worth.
do that.
Yeah.
So as I
Jordan lost half it. Because I said Jordan lost half his goddamn fortune because it was stolen from him. If you think some goofy motherfucker is just playing soccer is worth more than the Jordan brand, you out of your fucking mind. You're crazy.
as of right now,
Reading.
as of right now, he is the
Wow.
highest. He's what?
He's as of April 2022, he had $849 million.
His net worth as of 2022 was $849 million.
Yeah.
That was before he made the move to Saudi Arabia, where they signed him for almost $1 billion.
Who gives a fuck about that?
Keep.
They don't want to look it up. See, Jordan lost half his fortune. His brand is still going to catch him up. So, how much is the Jordan brand worth? That's what I'm asking you. That's all I want to know.
And I'll check the CR7 brand as you're checking that.
Michael Jordan is currently worth $2 billion.
Not Jordan, the Jordan brand. Fuck all that, because that money's going to constantly come in. How much the Jordan brand? Fuck all that.
You see, it's okay. It's okay. Look. CR7 doesn't have a brand. He is the brand. He doesn't have a brand. He doesn't sell shoes. He just plays. He just plays and gets paid.
Jordan
There's no brand.
is the brand. That's why his name. That's why Jordan.
You don't get it. You don't keep.
Jordan is the brand.
This man.
We are
this
gonna
ma-
continue with this.
We shall continue this conversation tomorrow.
Listen.
Uh-huh.
This dude that you talk about would never be as big as a brand as Jordan. Jordan is the brand.
No. Keith, if you step out of if you go to a country, go to a country.
Okay, Kitty. Joby says we have 3 minutes to end this show. So as we go to the comments real quick, As we go to the comments real quick, we have Danny Harrison asking, anybody in Kenya does weightlifting?
Yeah, we have a lot of them.
We have a lot of people
I
doing
can invite
weightlifting.
one of them for us.
Of course, of
I'm gonna
course.
invite one of them, one of the weightlifters we have in Kenya.
He also
one
go-
of our shows.
He also goes on to say, I like Florida State this year. Nah, Miami is still in the ACC. He also goes on to say, Ole Miss is really University of Mississippi. Miami is like number 22. He also says, yeah, I like what Dion is doing with those boys.
The Jordan brand. The Jordan
Wait,
brand.
Keith, let me finish the comments.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, he said,
Put
Da-
us up.
Danny,
So I can knock your ass out.
Danny Harrison says, yeah, I like what Dion is doing with those boys. I just wish I wish Jackson State would have handled things better. HBCU be mishandling shit. He goes on to say, yeah, that's why Nick Saban went back to college football from pro football. He also goes on to say, yeah, that's why they no longer make NCAA football video games anymore, because they were using the likeness of the kids without paying them. Clemson in
That's right. I wasn't paying them shit. That's right.
Clemson in South Carolina, he says, wow, I didn't know he was the highest paid coach. Thought it was Nick Saban. Danny Hyson also says, yeah, getting hit and even hitting people is like running into brick walls. You've got to be big and fast, otherwise you won't last.
So
Yes, that big deal. Remember
So-
the average football player, when you get hit, it's like getting
They're
hit
not from Keith.
by a speeding train. They like that fake rugby shit they like to talk about. We know the power of a football player. You see the motherfucking football players, how big they are, the damn body of these black motherfucking guys. It's like getting hit by a train. They already did the speed. You get hit by like getting run over by a fucking moving train. You're right, and now to get paid is fucked up. But anyway, as we finish, Joe, we write this up. Let me fuck their head up. Jordan Brand is worth $5.2 billion a year.
but that's not what Forbes says, Keith.
What?
That's not what Forbes is saying. Forbes.
No, the brand is generated 5.2 billion in revenue.
2 billion exactly every year. It's probably gonna go more. So he's always.
But it's owned by Nike, man.
Yeah, it's not even. It's
It's owned by Nike.
the guy is not even in top 10 of the richest athletes according to Forbes.
The brand is owned by Nike.
Is not owned by Nike. They're just subsidiary with Michael when they got the brand made. He refused to sell his name without getting a piece of that pie.
You know, the
Shout
first-
out to his parents.
The first American on the top 10 according to Forbes is LeBron James at 119.5 million.
Highest paid.
Yeah, no, wealthiest athletes in the world according to Forbes.
You see, people always talk about Michael Jordan, but he's not currently playing. But Danny Hyson says, you guys need to research Bo Jackson. He was the best baseball and
We
football
will,
player.
Danny, we will research on that.
Let me finish. Okay.
Yeah.
And football player in college and MLB and NFL history. Just not ticket sales, but merchandise, TV deals, and everything is what makes money. Lando Winter says Michael Jordan's net worth is on paper. He doesn't have that money in cash or assets. His name produces money for other corporations. Okay? So as we come to a conclusion of the Sports Arena show, key. As we come to the end of this show, we will be back tomorrow with more interesting facts about sport. We wanted to talk some tennis today, but we did not
We'll leave
have
that tomorrow.
the time, so we will get to talking tennis tomorrow. Exactly. It was amazing. It was amazing to see. And you know, there's a video of her dancing in the US Open as an 8-year-old. Literally, this came full circle for this girl. Like, she watched it and won it. Congratulations to her. Congratulations to her family.
They're also gonna talk about the UFC tomorrow.
Yes.
As she said, shout out to all the haters that didn't think she would win, because you thought you were gonna throw water on my fire. All you did was add fuel to my smoke. I love that girl. 19 years old. And we know we're talking about the white hater says she's not gonna make it. She's black. The racism still exists. And you see them. I show Canvas the video with a little white girl throws a racket down at the end, starts tearing it up into
Anyway,
Love family.
much love, family, and
Shout out to all the damn soccer stars and niggas on this family. Why you niggas don't never, since you make all this goddamn $300,000 a week, why you niggas don't come back and build shit and
But they do. We are gonna talk about that tomorrow. They actually do.
shout out to Sadio Mane.
And Victor Wanyama is building shit in Kenya.
This has been the Sports Arena Show, brought to you by the one and only Kamlish.
In the second hour, it became the Sports Banter Arena,
On the Black Hole Fire Network.
the media of the 21st century.
And Keith is out here on his bullshit, pardon my French, talking about a black man.
But we're gonna serve him with facts tomorrow.
Facts on facts. Thank you so much, everybody that tuned in. We will see you tomorrow.
Much love, family.
Yo.